So quiet. It's a great night to be an Arizona Wildcat. A lot of fun.
Was this a game where you had to remain patient on offense because they were, kind of stuck in things early on, but maybe stick with it and stick with it?
Yeah, and I didn't realize till the stat sheet right here that they had 101 plays and we had 51. Obviously our defense is bending a little bit, but kept competing, and offensively, as you all that cover us, I've mentioned a couple of times, they can make you look ugly. I mean, they're active up front, all the movements, and you got to stay patient with it. We got a couple, threw a couple new looks there, and then we had a couple big play action passes. I thought that was the key. It still didn't loosen them up, but it got us some big plays and kept us in the game.
Was this the J.J. Taylor game you were expecting?
Well, yeah, I kind of waited, and again, they did a great job up front. A couple of the runs, he did a great job of pressing it and hitting it, and but like I said, I don't know if anybody's run that well on them, but we did have to stay patient, and we had to keep plugging at it. And Khalil, I mean, it wasn't by any means a mistake-free, but boy, he's a competitor, and once he makes a mistake, he recognizes it the next time.
What does it mean to you to be 6-2, bowl eligible? I know so much was made about reaching bowl eligibility this year. You guys have done it 8 weeks into the year. What does that mean to you?
Well, this game, we talked a little bit about redemption and relevancy, and that was the last thing I said to them in the locker room coming out. We have a chance for redemption for the guys that were there in that debacle from last year, and a chance to be relevant. If you beat a top 25 team, they were 15. You had a chance to make you relevant again for a little bit. And that's every player wants to have that. They want to be relevant. And, I know they want to be bowl eligible, but the more you win, the more is at stake, and there's a lot at stake in the next one, that's for sure.
Congratulations on the win, Coach. Do you just have guys who seem to really make big plays? You take a look at Colin Schooler and Tate and JJ. Do these guys just have a knack for making big plays?
I hope so. I think, the nice part about it is they're all young. They're talking about true freshmen and sophomores, second-year players. It's pretty exciting. They even mentioned the little skinny kicker, the 57-yarder. He had made I think 65 or 70-yarder in practice last week. And he had a little breeze behind him, and I was like, 57? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. He made a 65, 70-yarder in practice. So that was key, give us some momentum going in the locker room. But, yeah, the guys just keep battling. We're by no means pretty at times, particularly defensively, and you give up this many yards. But they made them earn it, and they kept competing.
What Khalil's running, his passing tonight was very good, on point, a lot of completions. Just your thoughts on his passing?
Yeah, he's got a very strong arm, but he's got as good a touch on a deep ball as any quarterback I've had, and he's a tough guy. He'll take a hit, but we added a couple of new play action things in there, and White House did a good job of getting some big plays. We did some bootleg stuff, and Jamie Nunley got free a little bit, and Khalil saw it right away. That's one thing sometimes a young quarterback doesn't see the open guy, but Khalil's been seeing it pretty quickly.
Defense did a decent job of staying over top in the second half. How did you guys adjust to the new quarterback change?
He ran a little bit more and got some first downs or extended some plays with his legs. But they execute so well on their under routes or crossing routes, throwing the ball in the flat. And, as you get tired or fatigued, you start missing some tackles. That happened a little bit. But, again, I think our guys kept playing, whether it was getting a turnover or getting a fourth down stop, or particularly a couple down in the red zone. They kept competing, and that's all you can ask for you guys.
You mentioned on Monday that this wasn't a game of revenge, that revenge didn't really have a factor in this game. Redemption is what you said, but I guess how does it feel now to pull off the W and get the win? Is it pretty sweet? How does it feel?
You wait a long time. If you lose a game and you play your best and whatever, you're still going to be sore about it, but you don't think about it as much. When you lose a game like we did so grossly last year, it makes you want to throw up every time you watch the film. And I had to watch it, a bunch of times in the off season. We had to watch it all this week, and it made you sick to your stomach. Until you play, you can't really redeem yourself. So from that point, it's over now, but it certainly was nice. It's a good moment right now, I can tell you that, for the guys that were there last year.
Rich, what does this say about your team? Just overall, heart and all that stuff?
I think, as I've mentioned, I felt good about these guys, since August. I felt good about it when we practiced. We had a lot of new players, we have a small senior class. They're doing a great job of leadership. And they got a lot of pride. But, you got to work for it. You got to show it, in your approach every day. And the staff keeps working. The people that have supported us have stayed supporting with us the whole time. And, again, there's still a lot of football left. I don't know how many, what have we got? 4 games left, but there's a lot at stake. But I'm really proud that our guys put themselves in a position now to be more relevant and to have a lot at stake in the next last month of the season.
O-line created a lot of big holes tonight. How do you think they played in comparison to other games?
Well, this was, again, because they're so athletic and active up front, this was, I had a lot of concerns because we got some big guys, and we did a few things to try to help them out a little bit, but, they got us. They got us a few times. It was like hit or miss. But we did. We stayed patient, and our O-line is a very conscientious, intelligent group that understands our system. We got some veterans up there, and, they knew what was happening as soon as it was happening. And then we were able to make a few adjustments as the game went along.
Any more questions for Coach?
Just one real quick one. You play next week already. I know you haven't had a chance to celebrate this one, but big game, huge game next week with USC. It looks like there'll be an issue pretty bad.
Do we know the game time? It'll probably be at night.
Just your quick thoughts on going into that huge game.
Well, Southern Cal is going to be one of the most talented teams in the country every year. Everybody knows how many 5-star, 4-star recruits. They're well coached. They play hard, and we're going to have to play better. But we know we're capable of that. I have to watch the film, but we're capable of playing better, certainly, than we did tonight. And I think our guys know that we got to do that next Saturday. I'll start thinking about that in about 12 hours. Right now, I'm enjoying this one.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys. Bear down.